And welcome to a Wednesday evening. I've got your little weather forecast here coming up. We continue to be in Easter week, and the big Easter weekend is coming up. 63 out at AX right now, dew point 41, so it'll cool down. We'll lose some of these clouds. These clouds generally above 12,000 feet, and we see a little bit of a breeze kind of from the northwest last time I checked, and that was bringing in still some cooler air with those temperatures holding in the 60s. See the Cenla Broadcasting Tower Cam there with Texas Street. They're out in the countryside, 65 in Gina with the Cenla Broadcasting Cam up there. And that hold all the folks in central Louisiana here for this evening. Looking at radar, we continue to see some sprinkles and showers to the south and southwest of us. This is moving toward the east-northeast. I want to outline, so let me pixel query some of these radar returns. We're getting 30 dBz. That's heavy enough to show up there on the ground. So some of this could actually be reaching the ground, especially over in the Golden Triangle, Beaumont, Port Arthur, and Orange, probably in the Lake Charles area south of there. Probably not over here in St. Landry, but you kind of get the idea. The front, the kind of the back edge of the front is laying about right in this particular area. The forward edge, the beginning of the front, well down into the northern Gulf there. And so that front, kind of think of it as a slab of cooler air leaning to the northwest. So that's why we have that pattern down there. And I think that's where the rain is pretty much going to stay down in that particular area and not come up this way. All right, and looking elsewhere, here's what we just looked at on radar. We do see that southwesterly flow coming in and a little surface low there and some thunderstorms across portions of central Texas where there could be some hailers with very cold air aloft expected there in that environment. See how this plays out with the Futurecast here. By about 9 o'clock, we still see some clouds in the area, high and mid-level cloudiness. This model not showing any rain or very little of it. And then by, say, 8 o'clock Thursday morning, as folks are going back to work or school, if you have to go to school this week, we will see a mostly fair sky. So we clear off during the night, and that will bring us another chilly night in store for us. Then once we get into Thursday into Friday, we'll see some partly cloudy skies come in. Probably a little bit of high-level cloudiness on Friday as well, but still mostly sunny. So a couple of beautiful days coming up. Typically, we see 51 for tomorrow's date here in Cenla. We're going to be a good bit cooler. My forecast is for an average of 41, so we're safely above freezing. We will see some upper 30s again, like we saw this morning in a few places, and I think that will balance out with some middle 40s on the high side of the thermometer. And you can kind of take a look at the temperature pattern, a little bit cooler to the northwest and then along to the north and northeast. And a pretty consistent temperature pattern here for tonight as some of the clouds do linger with that. And this forecast is based on some clearing after, especially after the midnight hour. Now going into Thursday's highs, 74 is typical. We're going to fall just shy of that. My forecast is for 71 with variation a range from about 68 to 74. Cooler readings off in that Jonesville, Faraday, Vidalia corridor, and then maybe some of the warmer readings off to the south and southwest there in that region from Oakdale over through Dretter, Leesville area. And again, good thing we're not threatening that 91 record. So a pretty good day tomorrow with pretty much full-time sunshine. All right, I'll let this pattern run just a bit. I want to show you this huge disturbance coming in from the west right there by the time you have your Easter sunrise service Sunday morning. But that's far enough away. We still see that little ridge here across central Louisiana and the Gulf of Mexico, centered in the Gulf, but we're on the north side of that. So we got the roller coaster hill, and so that's usually a good thing in forecasting. But let me play this out a little more, and you see that energy making its way here. The flow tightens up as we head into Tuesday when we have a chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But this model still having kind of a sheared look. You see how this trough kind of noodles out, kind of extending what we call a positive tilt, extending and oriented kind of southwest to northeast there. And that's usually a signal that the system is weakening in strength. We kind of let this play out some more. This model continues to reflect that sheared type of pattern, which is good because if there was a really coherent pattern, as a couple of models are still indicating, we could see some pretty good chances for severe weather across portions of the United States there during that, say, early to middle part of next week time frame. Right now, I'm going to go with a little bit more of a tame type of pattern. And then in a sensible way, let's see how this plays out with this GFS model as I kind of let this run. No issues there. There's your Easter sunrise service forecast. We'll see some clouds. and moisture will be building up by then. And no measurable rainfall is in the forecast. And then we start to see the measurable rainfall. Some showers and thunderstorms start developing Tuesday with a front. There'll be another little cold front associated with this. And then you see that tries to form a line as it moves southeastward, but not a lot of success. So right now, that's why I'm not going with a really high rain chance for that situation. So Thursday, sunshine. We got sunshine mostly for Friday as well. 2 more chilly mornings, Thursday and Friday morning. And then we'll run into the pattern there for the Saturday and Sunday, the Easter weekend there. We'll cloud up some, especially Easter Sunday. We'll receive warm conditions, especially warming up Friday afternoon pretty well for 78. There could be somebody hit 80 that day, and then 81, 80 more common there for your Easter weekend. And Monday, still mostly cloudy skies. That may be the warmest of the next 7 days. I'm forecasting average of the middle 80s. That might leave room for some upper 80s here. So very warm day on Monday. We'll start to cool down just a tad there Tuesday during the PM with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. A little front comes through. We'll go to partly cloudy on Wednesday, and it'll be a little bit cooler. So that's how your week shakes up here, including the next several days of Holy Week, and then, of course, the big Easter weekend. And then for some folks, it's back to school for next Monday through Wednesday. Other folks are out of school during that time frame. All right, Nate Michaels to be back with the next weather update tomorrow morning, and I'll see you again probably sometime during the PM